Hello, very good morning. Welcome to JS Testing Academy. Welcome. We are going to move to the next part of a video in the series of manual testing. That is types of testing. Types of testing can be broadly classified into two. One is functional testing and non-functional testing. What do you mean by functional? Checking the functionality of an application like login, search, book, cash trial, pin change, balance and carry, right? For booking a ticket, selecting a ticket, all these things are functional. What is non-functional? While searching a ticket, how fastly responding, whether withdrawing a cash is safe or not, secured or not, right? Whether if I get any problem occurs during withdrawal, whether it can be recovered or not, labeled or not, right? So whether the amount is stored in database or not, those things are called as non-functional. Function is the action, task, operation which is happening in the application. Other than that, all these things are called as non-functional. So functional can be classified into unit testing, integration testing, system testing, acceptance testing. In unit testing, it can be classified to white box testing and right gray box testing, end-to-end testing, black box testing, smoke testing, sanity testing, monkey testing, exploit testing, adapt testing, alpha testing, beta testing. It can be non-functional, can be classified into security, performance, usability, and compatibility. Let's go detailedly one by one in the next slides. Okay, first is smoke testing and sanity testing. It's a very common basic question which is asked in lot of interviews, and this is a basic task which you do in your project. What is a smoke? Smoke is nothing but a build verification test. It's a very first testing done by testing team. A test lead, right, or a senior tester does this one. When a build is been given, they will first go for a smoke testing. Which code you'll go for a smoke testing is an initial build and an unstable build. Unstable build you go for an smoke testing when a code is first released into an environment, right? What you do in smoke testing: major functionality, critical functionality, and showstopper defect is present or not. That's what you do in your smoke testing. If smoke testing is passed, then only you'll go to the next right levels of testing, and then at last you'll do regression testing. If smoke testing is failed, you'll reject the build. And next is sanity testing. Sanity testing, when you do for a sanity testing, is when the build is stable. If sanity testing is passed, then only you go for a regression testing. If it is failed, the build is rejected there. The smoke testing, you do only the basic test, but sanity testing, you do more deeper, more wider. All the links in a page will be checked, right? You'll have more test cases into the sanity testing. There might be automation shoots and manual shoots for smoke testing and sanity testing in your company. Got it? So smoke testing is called as build verification test. It's an unstable build and sanity testing is an stable build. Both is can be rejected if it is not passed. Both is passed, then only you can start your execution phase. Hope you got and learned something. Next one is retesting and regression testing. The word re is testing again. Is otherwise called as confirmation testing or verification testing. When a bug has been fixed, after a bug is been fixed, testing only the fix, that is called as retesting. Testing the fix plus the other functionalities, that is called as regression testing. Let me take a switch as an example. There are three switches in a switch box. Where the first switch is not working, I am telling an electrician to fix it. What he does is It takes the wire off the second switch and puts in the first switch. Now the first switch is working, but the second switch is not working. So testing only the first switch, that is called as retesting. But testing first switch, second switch, and third switch, that is called as an regression testing. For testing all three switches, that's why we go for an automation testing. For testing one switch, we don't go for automation testing. So regression testing can be automated and retesting cannot be automated. So regression testing, you have to test lot of older functionalities. That's why we go for an automation testing. Regression testing, there will be a shoot, whereas retesting, there won't be any shoot. Both is been done by testers. When you go for retesting, only the bug is been fixed. But when you go for regression testing, when a bug is fixed, the new module has been added and a code has been changed. You go for a regression testing. Okay, retesting is always called as confirmation testing or verification testing. Hope you understood the difference between regression testing and retesting. Got it? Thank you. Next, we'll go for an reliability testing. What is a reliability testing? Checking the application is reliable or not. Suppose there is a calculator. I'm doing a bit calculation. I'm depending upon the calculator to give a correct output. So I'm checking whether calculator is reliable or not. Suppose there's a make my trip application where I need to calculate a price for a 10 ticket for a person who is going to a round trip from India to USA. I need to calculate for different places and the price that should be calculated. I am relying on the application to give me a correct price after calculating everything. So that is called as reliability. They withdrawing an amount, I am expecting the application or server to give a proper balance. So that is called as an reliability testing. I expect the coffee machine to give a coffee, not a milk. Right? So that is what testing the trustworthiness of an application. That is called as reliability testing. Next one is performance testing. Checking the speed, that is called as performance testing. If there is a Google server, right, I'm hitting how fast it responds. Performance can be classified into load, volume, stress, endurance, spike, and scalability. What is a load? 1 lakh users hitting a Facebook application or Google application. How fastly it responds? How many seconds it responds? 2 seconds or 3 seconds? What is a volume testing? When you put more data in the Google server, what is the capacity of a Google server? At what point the data is leaking? There is a water bottle where you pour more water. What happens at a certain point? It leaks. What is the size of the server? Checking that is called as volume testing. Next one is stress testing. When you put more load and more users, at what point system performance is degrading? When you do multiple tasks in a laptop, it sometimes it slows up, right? So when you put a more load, at what point system is getting hanged? System is getting slowed. That is called as stress testing. Scalability testing. Scalability means measuring normal time, peak time. In your universities, right, at the time of university result, your application slows down. During a Tatkal ticket, the application slows down. Normal time, fine. Peak time, down. Measuring with by increasing the users and seeing whether normal time working fine and peak time working fine. Take an ISRT site. Normal ticket, Tatkal ticket. Endurance. You take an HDFC ATM bag. It works for 24 into 7, 365 days. An application, if you put more load, how long it can withstand? You take Google, take YouTube, how long it can stand? Spike testing. See, there is a World Cup match which is going on now. India, right, is participating in the 2020 World Cup. Right, during an India match, all the people log into the cricketboost.com or in Disney Hotstar. Everyone sees the match. Once the match gets over, everyone logs off. Sudden increase in the server, sudden decrease in the server. That is called as spike testing. So load is response time, volume is memory leakage, stress is system performance, system degrading, scalability is normal time and peak time, endurance is longevity, and spike test is sudden increase and sudden decrease. Performance testing can't be done manually. It needs tools like Gatling, Load Runner, and Gmeter. Okay. Next is security testing. Security testing means checking whether this application is secured or not. All these applications are secured, like STFC, right? Make My Trip, Redbus, Amazon, Flipkart, all need security. Data should be secured. Application should be secured. Application should not be hacked. For that, we'll do lot of things: authorization, authentication, we good screen capture, OTP, is coming in SMS, connection timeout, session timeout, right? Hacking, firewall protection, HTTPS, make sure it's an encrypted one. Giving an API rather giving an application. Scanning, giving auditing, checking there is any risk involved in the software. Like that, we'll do lot of security tests in the real time world. OTP, connection timeout, session timeout. There'll be a lot of things we'll do right in the security. There are tools in the market. Burbsure, Vega. There are a lot of tools in the market. Okay. Hope you learned something regarding with security testing. Next one is compatible testing. Compatible testing means testing whether the application is compatible with different hardwares, different operating system, different softwares, different networks, different browsers, different devices, different mobiles, different versions. For example, if you take Gmail, it should support Chrome, Firefox, Internet Safari, laptop, iPad, phone, desktop, different operating system, Android, Linux, iOS, Mac, Windows, different versions, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Browser, different versions, different mobiles, different Samsung, right? Redmi, different mobiles. So checking is supporting everything or not. That is called as compatible testing. Next one is recovery testing. Recovery testing means checking whether it is recovering from sudden crash or not. Suppose you are directing an amount in ATM, suddenly power went off, laptop battery charged. Whether it is able to recover from the sudden crash. Some Tatkal ticket suddenly crashed, server crash. Whether we have any backup data for it, backup storage for it, whether you are able to retrieve the with the backup, right, storage. So all these things are called as recovery test. Okay. Next is database, checking front end and back end, checking the database schema, transactions, different fields, constraints, data types, the size of the right fields, triggered stored procedures, connecting with joins, connecting with running DML commands, connecting two tables, fetching data, inserting, updating, deleting, whether we are storing all the data, running SQL right query and checking. Automation also we can do. So, right, database testing is very, very important. Checking both front end and the data which you upload in GUI should reflect the database. Okay, so still there are a lot of right types of testing. I hope you learned something from this session, right? We'll meet you again. See you. Right. Bye.